Everyone, please make sure you're on mute. All right, I think I'm going to have to mute somebody. Well, my computer is working slow today, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You're in a courtroom. You may be at your home, you may be at the Bexar County Jail, but you're in a courtroom. What that means is whatever you could not do if you were physically in the 187 District Court, you can't do on this Zoom screen. If you behave inappropriately while you're on Zoom screen, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. You will have to appear in the courtroom, which for those of you who are on bond, that's going to involve you coming downtown, finding a parking space, paying for a parking space, then coming to the courthouse with a mask. To all of the defendants and all of the people, inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back to your cell. To everyone else, including the defendants, you're not allowed to use this Zoom to pick up dates. I know you probably say, why would she say that? Because it's been done before. So if you want to pick up dates, you need to do that on your own time. To all of the people who are wearing masks, that is not a chin strap. This is not hockey. That is a mask. Wear it appropriately. That means that it should be over your nose. Otherwise, you're just using it for decoration. To all the defendants, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom. If you do not hear their name, rest assured you will get a chance to speak with your attorney. So remember, their name will not be called. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I do, it's going to invite everyone to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a room. To all the defendants, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to the prosecutor before they speak to you. So do not request to go to a breakout room unless somebody asks you to come to a breakout room. Attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you will appear. If you see your name is low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another court or go to another court, you're more than welcome to do so. However, if your name is called while you're Zooming into another court, you will be placed at the end of the line. Adam LaHood, Albert Acevedo, David Castillo, H. Dave Sanchez, PQ Lee, James Hunt, Jeff Mulliner, Joanne Eckel, Joel Rodriguez, Jorge Canales, Leslie Sakonowicz, Kyle Ernst, Luis Martinez, Shannon Locke, Nathaniel Navy, Ray Martinez, Robert Featherston, Robert Maurer, Mick Aguilar, I think that's one Mick Aguilar, James Toshi, Abelardo Garza, Leslie Martinez. Is there anyone whose name that I have missed? Any attorney?
Roberto Ramirez, Your Honor.
Okay. Anyone other than Roberto Ramirez?
Anita Perez-Garza.
Okay, Anita Garza. Who else?
Judge, I'm not sure if you called my name.
I did not. Linda Corley, Raimundo Alamon. Anyone else?
Juan Aguilera.
All right, Juan, I have you listed as Aguilera. So,
Joseph.
There's two. Okay.
Joseph, yeah.
Something with
All
the
right,
P.
so Juan Aguilera,
Mary Petrusek.
Victor Gomez,
Thank you, Judge.
and who else?
Mary Petrusek.
Are you an attorney?
No, ma'am.
All right, these are people who did not grow up with romper room. You have to put on your listening ears. I said I would call the attorneys' names who were present. And if you did not hear your attorney's name, that means that they're in another courtroom.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Anyone else whose name hasn't been called?
Your Honor, Joel Rodriguez for Liliana.
I did call your name. All right,
Oh,
anyone else? All right, so attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, you'll need to put that in the chat box to Norma Ferguson. She's the court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. Everyone consider the breakout rooms as like when you go to a doctor's office. When you get called to the back, you're not seeing the doctor, they're just checking your weight and your blood pressure. So everyone, as you can see, there are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. Put some patience in your pocket, use it as needed, and let's make this a great Tuesday and not a horrible Monday. All right, so attorneys, when I call your name, I need to know the name of your client. I need to know whether it's criminal trial division or family violence. Adam LaHood.
Client is Reginald Hunter, and it is CTD. He's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Ella Acevedo.
Your Honor, it's a family violence case, Mr. Robert Garcia.
Sending you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
David Castillo.
Mallory Garcia, Criminal Trial Division. She's in jail.
You said Garcia.
Mallory Garcia.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
H. Dave Sanchez.
2 cases, Judge Dylan Guerra and Caroline Cantu, both of them are CTD.
Send you to number 5. PQ Lee.
Judge, I have Lawrence Walker. He's in custody. It's CTD.
I'll send you to number 6. James Hunt.
I have Tommy Bracamontes, and he's on bond, and it's family.
I'll send you to number 7. Jeff Mulliner.
I have Javier Esqueda. He's on bond in the courtroom, CTD.
I'll send you to number 8.
Cool.
Joanne Elkel.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're on mute.
Good morning, Judge. I have Christopher Mendez Clark. He's on bond and it's CTD.
I'll send you to number 9.
Thank you, Judge.
Joel Rodriguez. Who do you have? You're on mute.
Good morning, Your Honor. Liliana Barrios Contreras, family violence case, Your Honor. She's out on bond. And she's
I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you.
Jorge Canales.
Judge, I'm here. We have Eric Garay.
All right, have you received your client's results?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right, Rebecca, could you send those to him? And I think you may want to speak to your client about his results.
I had included him in the email that I sent to you, Judge. So he should have received it earlier this morning. It was with the
I'll check it,
PSI.
Judge.
All right, just let me know when you're ready to talk to your client about those results. Leslie Sakonowicz.
Yes, Judge, I'm here. My case is Ricky Ray Esparza, CTD. And
I'm sending you to number 11.
thank you.
You're welcome. Cal Ernst.
Your Honor, he's out on bond. It's Francisco Rocha, and it is a CTD case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 12. Luis Martinez.
Yes, Judge. Good morning. I've got Charles Haley. It's a bond case. That's with CTD.
How do you spell the last name?
I think it's Hailey.
All right, I'm sending you to lucky breakout room number 13.
Thank you, Judge.
Shannon Locke.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Ian Stewart, CTD, on bond.
Thank you for changing your name for me. I'm going to send you to number 14.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge. I have Louis Herrera. It's a CTD case.
All right, I'll send you to number 15. We hadn't seen you in a couple of days. I was like, is he okay?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Ray Martinez.
Martin Lopez, Judge. Good morning, CTD.
All right, I'm sorry. What did you say the name was?
Martin Lopez.
All right, Ray.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma's telling me you're on vacation.
That is true.
I mean, I appreciate you appearing while you're on vacation, but you didn't need to appear today.
I understand, Judge, but I have to explain to the client what's going on either way. So I think they're more comfortable. They see my face.
Okay, I'll see you to break.
It,
Sure, no problem. I'll see you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Yeah. Robert Featherston.
Morning, Your Honor. I have Roy Vidalis. He's on bond. It's a criminal trial division case.
Can you spell the last name?
Sure. Vidales.
'All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
17. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Robert Bauer.
Judge, I actually have two cases. I have the recall from yesterday, Andre Hernandez. That is going to be a plea. But part of the issue is he needs to plead to a county court case as well, and it's in 13, and today is their trial docket. So we're trying to get that coordinated.
Okay.
The other one I have is a Victoria Lara. It's a CTD case.
All right, I'll send you to number 18.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I have a CTD, Peter Cadillon. He's an inmate.
I'll send you to number 19.
Thank you, Judge.
James Toshi.
Good morning, Judge. I have Julian Kane Hughes. I'm not entirely sure why we're here. I think it was just to make sure his PTD was approved and he is operational. My understanding is he is. So.
Just give me a moment on that one.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Robert, did you get the notice to go to your breakout room?
Yeah, Judge, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do some plea paper from another court.
Oh, okay, I just was wondering. No
It's
problem.
just, today is just as bad as yesterday was. I'm not getting anything, screwing everything up I am doing.
All right, you sound like Bobby Boo Band.
Mama said.
Abelardo Garza. Abelardo Garza.
DeMille Thomas, Your Honor, it's a CTD.
I'm sorry, what's the first name?
DeMille, D-A-M-I-L-L, Thomas.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 20.
Thank you.
And Norma, on James Toshi's client, what was your client's name again?
Julian Kane, one word, Hughes.
Can you look at Julian Kane Hughes and see what the status is on the PTD, please? Leslie Martinez. Leslie Martinez. Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Adrian Winters, and he's a family violence case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 21. Anita Garza.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor. I have Kevin Hagerling, and he has an MTR and 2 number 1s, and they're all family violence.
I'm sorry, Kevin who?
Hagerling, H-A-G-E-R-L-I-N-G. He's on bond. He should be here on the Zoom. I sent it to him this morning. I guess I have everything I need.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22.
Judge, can I provide an update?
No, just give me a moment. Linda Corley.
Yes, Judge. I have 4 clients this morning, but they're all family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23. Thanks for changing your name for me. Raymundo Alamon.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Keandre Davis, and he's a family violence. He's on bond.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 24.
24, thank you, Judge.
Jorge, did you need to speak with your client?
Yes, I do, Judge.
All right, to the courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 25. And Jorge, I'll send you to 25.
Yes, Judge.
Juan Aguilera.
Yes, ma'am. Hector Gonzalez Sanchez. We're here on an update on PTD. He has been accepted. I talked to Carolina Martinez, the pretrial officer. He has gone through the orientation, and she indicated she was going to be sending an email to the court indicating that he had in fact been accepted and he had gone through orientation.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. James Toshi, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Juan, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
And Norma, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please, and let them know about the PTD update.
Yes, ma'am. If you can send the client, Toti's client to number 1 as well.
Toshi, what is your client's name?
It's Julianne. Julianne
All
here.
right. I sent them to Juan. And do you need Juan's client as well?
Yes, ma'am.
What is his client's name?
Hector Gonzalez Sanchez.
Is there a Hector Gonzalez Sanchez on the screen? Hector Gonzalez Sanchez. Yeah, he's not on the screen. All right, Victor Gomez.
Morning, Judge. I have Halona K. Clonch. She's a CTD case. She's on bond, Judge, but I have no contact with her.
How do you spell her last name?
CLAUNCH.
All right, I'm gonna see you to breakout room. Let me see what's open. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 26.
Thank you, Judge.
Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Javier Velasco. It's a drug case. I think he's in jail. Although
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 27.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Barry Hitchens.
That was quick, Your Honor.
Yes. What do you have?
Lewis Watson.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
All right, I'm gonna send you to number 28.
Okay.
Leslie Herbst.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Samuel Albert. He's in custody. It's a CTD, Criminal Trial Division case.
All right, I'll send you to number 29.
29. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, excuse me, this is Luis Martinez. I got kicked out of the meeting.
What breakout room were you in?
I was in 13, Judge.
All right, and who's your client again?
Charles Haley, Hailey. And it's with CTD.
All right, I'll send you back to 13.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. One second, everyone. Cornelius Cox, who do you have? Cornelius Cox.
Morning, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
Bill Thomas.
I'm sorry, you're freezing up. What's the first name?
And I have been confirmed with Mr. Saunders.
Okay,
Marcus.
what's the first name? You froze up on me.
DeMille.
Marcus.
Judge is DeMille, DAMILL, Thomas.
All right, somebody else just said they're on that case as well.
There's two attorneys.
All right, who's the other attorney?
Abe Garza.
Let me see what room I put him in. And I'll put you in the same room as the other attorney.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure, let me just find out which room he's in. Is it Abel Garza?
Yeah, Abelardo.
Okay, Abelardo Garza, okay. That's
Yes,
number 20. I'll send you to breakout room number 20. All right, if you'll go to 20, please. And everyone just give me a moment. I need to go to breakout room number 1 to get. All right, any defense attorneys back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alberto Acevedo, yes.
On Mr. Robert Garcia, Your Honor.
Yes.
I've conferred with Joe Ray Garcia. I let him know that I was still missing some discovery. I was just appointed on this last week. If I can get a reset to get all the discovery and then go over all that with my client.
All right, just give me a moment. Let me find your client on the docket.
It's 2021 CR
No, I don't,
5377.
yeah, I don't need the number.
Page 15, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Robert Garcia, where are you?
Yes. I'm right here, dude.
Are you Robert Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is Gracie Everett?
He's using the iPad of his daughter's, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Norma, I need a 30-day reset, please.
The 31st, Judge, August 31st. Who is this one?
August 31st?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on August 31st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank
You and
you.
your client are excused.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
And you too. And that was on Robert Garcia. All right, James Hunt.
Yes, we've conferred on Tommy
Well, you said
Breckham.
August 31st?
Yes, August 31st. And it'll be by Zoom, sir. So you're excused.
We have an agreement on Tommy Breckamontes. It's a deferred offer.
Okay, you'll need to put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson and we'll take that up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, who else is back?
Your Honor, Adam LaHood.
All right, Adam LaHood, and then I'll do Dave Sanchez. Yes, Adam LaHood.
Yes, ma'am. If I may go to a breakout room with my client, but I think we're going to have this thing worked out this morning.
All right, Hunter, is he in custody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Hunter, if you go to breakout room number 2, please. All right, H. David Sanchez.
Judge, in my first case, Caroline Cantu. That's 2021 CR
Yes.
5891. On that one, we have a discovery issue. I submitted to the court a motion for discovery and inspection of blood records for the blood test. I've talked to Marcus about that. He just asked me to address you about that, signing that order so they can get the order sent out.
I don't have the order.
Okay, I filed it on July 22nd. I can email it to the court again if I need to.
All right, to the clerks, I need the order that, I'm sorry, the motion that was filed on Caroline Cantu.
Yes, Judge.
What's your next issue? Your next client?
The next client is Dylan Guerra. It's just a, we're waiting on videos and Marcus said he will be ordering those. I don't see my client on that case here this morning. So.
All right, your client was remanded without bond on June 15th. Norman, can you make sure that no one's lifted that remand without bond, please? Because he was a no-show.
On which case, Judge?
It's 2021 CR 4505.
I still showed him on bond, Judge, when I checked him this morning.
I don't know why that would be. When I issued a bond for, because he didn't appear on June 15th.
I know that we had sent an email to the court that he appeared later. Well, he contacted me later, so we emailed the court. Maybe that's the reason it was not issued.
Okay, so tell you what, I give everyone till 10:30 to appear.
Okay.
So we'll see if he appears at 10:30. And then we just need the motion that was filed on Caroline Cantu. When did you file that motion?
It was filed July 22nd, Judge.
All right, Norman, I need a date, a reset date for Cantu, 30 days. And is Caroline Cantu here? Caroline Cantu.
I see her here. She's under.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Norman, can I have a 30-day reset on Caroline Cantu?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, it'll normally take them 60 days to get that discovery returned. Is it possible to get a 60-day reset or just show back up?
No, it's going to be 30 days.
All right.
I can do August 31st, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on August 31st.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Judge, may I be excused? I guess if my client shows up, I'll come back.
Well, you need to show back up at 10:30.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. All right, any other defense attorneys ready?
Order acknowledged, Judge. I'm back.
Yes.
I conferred with my client regarding the results. He has a explanation, I guess, that sounds plausible, Judge.
Okay. All right, everyone, just give me one moment. Let me sign this. And then we'll take your matter up. All right. To the courtroom, is Mr. Gary in the courtroom for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, is Marcus on? Or is he-
Just 1 second. Let me see if he is here. He may be in a breakout room.
Well, if he, I was just waiting for him. I was just wondering where he was.
And Brittany, who was the prosecutor who was handling this? That was Joe Ray, right?
Yes.
Let me see where Joe Ray is. Joe Ray is in a breakout room. Mr. Canales, as soon as he comes back to the main room, we'll take up your matter, okay?
That's okay, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Marmaleo. This person here. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Good morning. It's not for me. It's for my boyfriend, Richard Ortiz. He didn't know how to use Zoom.
Okay,
so
that's fine. Richard
had it
Ortiz.
for my job. So here he is.
No problem. Hi, Richard Ortiz.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you need to appear in the 187 District Court in person. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. We'll see you then.
Yes, ma'am. They send me an email.
No, you're going to appear in court because the first instructions I give people is that you can't do anything on this Zoom that you could not do in the courtroom. And I've tried many of cases as a prosecutor and the defense attorney, and I've never seen someone bring in a king size bed as an exhibit in the courtroom. You're laying in bed on this Zoom. That's inappropriate. You're sleeping on Zoom. That's inappropriate. So get thee to the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. You have till 11 p.m.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I'm back from my breakout with Marcus, if I can report back on one of my cases.
Yes.
So we're doing the plea paperwork on Andre Hernandez.
Okay.
On Victoria Lara, it's a BCSO drug case, and apparently there's some body camera video that has not been submitted yet. So Marcus is going to check on that so we can determine what we're going to do with it.
Just one moment.
And Judge, I sent you a text.
Okay. So on Laura. Yes.
Right.
All righty. So on Laura, that will, I'm sorry, what did you need on that one?
Victoria Laura, so if we can get like maybe a 30-day reset, Marcus has to track down the BCSO body camera footage that apparently was not submitted to them.
All right, so Norma, the setting date she has been giving is August 31st. August 31st for that as well, Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so on that one, it's August 31st. Is your client here?
She should be, Judge. Let me check.
She's in the courtroom.
All right,
yeah,
Miss.
she's in the courtroom. She's in person.
All right, Miss Victoria Lara, we're going to see you back on August 31st. Norma, do you see what page that's on?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
She's on 16.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, I'm going to go do a plea in the 399th while I'm waiting for paperwork from Marcus.
All right, thank you.
I will be back.
Okay.
Robert, can I get your defendant's email address, please, before you leave?
Yes, I'll send it to you right now.
Norma, I'll send it to you with the plea.
Oh, yeah, there.
And may I approach you on
knows
it?
what they're doing.
Yes.
All right, thank you,
Linda.
Judge. I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, thank you. Yes, Linda.
I just wanted to give you an update on one of the clients, Ricky Gutierrez. He is FTA, and if he's not here now, I don't expect him to show up. He already has a warrant on one case, so.
All right, and so he never, no, I think we were waiting for documentation on his hospital.
Well, yes, we got that and we sent it, but he got a warrant because we got another violation report saying that he went back to the location of the first incident. And,
I had
and
submitted a bond motion last week, Judge, so the warrant is already out there and he's a fugitive.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that that was signed.
yes, Your Honor, I'm going to go back to the waiting room for my other clients.
All right.
Actually, there it is.
All right. Any other attorney who's ready? All right. Meredith, are you available to take up this sentencing, or either Marcus, are you available to do a sentencing? It's Joe Ray's case, but the court has already heard all the evidence. This is the case from yesterday where I was just waiting on drug results.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Jorge, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're back on the record in 2021 CR 4792, State of Texas versus Eric Garay. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Jorge Canales for defense.
All right, we're back to continue with the continuation of sentencing on this case. Yesterday, the court sent the defendant to have a UA completed. Defense, have you had a chance to review the UA results?
I have, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection with us continuing with the sentence by video? Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
State?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Canales, you've received the results, and your client, it appears, is positive for more than the marijuana that he said he would be positive for.
Yes, Your Honor, I noticed that, and I spoke to my client yesterday after the hearing. I mentioned to him that if he had been drinking alcohol, that would have been a drug, and he didn't know that was considered a drug. He told me that he had consumed some alcohol. Now, the third, that shows up as a positive ethanol on the test. He did tell you about his marijuana use, and that's positive in the test. Now, there's an opiate issue that comes out positive also. I asked my client this morning, and he tells me that he has taken some pain pills, codeine pain pills, that are prescribed to his grandmother. He has a back pain issue, and he occasionally takes one of those pills. Apparently, that's the opiate finding. I did explain to him that the alcohol is a drug. In fact, he has a problem with alcohol, evident from his past record. So those issues were explained to him. I don't know if the court wants to inquire any further, but that was the explanation I got.
Well, I would like to know why someone would take their grandmother's medication. Obviously, the grandmother needs it, not him. Why is he being selfish? That's what I want to know. If, in fact, he did get opiates from his grandmother, which he knew was not prescribed, which, when I asked him, he said the only thing he would be positive for was marijuana.
Yes, Judge, and I asked my client to explain to the court.
All right, could you raise your hand, Mr. Garay? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
Ray Eric.
All right, you have some questions for him, Mr. Canales?
Okay, Eric, yesterday when the judge asked you about what you would test positive for in the drug testing, you answered marijuana only. Now, why did you not bring up the alcohol?
Because that's all I do. It's just it was just a marijuana, sir. I didn't think alcohol was a drug. The painkillers, I just take them because of my back. But the marijuana, she asked me and I told her the truth. Yes, I do smoke. I mean,
Okay, now
I didn't.
let's tell her a little bit more. Why are those painkillers taken by you?
I do a lot of mechanic work, and you know, there's times when my back hurts, and I'll ask my grandma for a painkiller, and she'll give me, you know, one or two, and I'll take them for my back. So I've been doing mechanic for a good while. So
Okay, so
I have back pains.
So, Mr. Garay, so your grandmother, in other words, do you take those pills when she gives them to you? You have her permission?
It wasn't intentionally doing wrong or anything like that. She just does it because she just helped me out with my back pain.
Okay, do you realize that that's, let me speak.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. Do you realize that that is the wrong thing to be doing? That is not prescribed to you.
But I'm not taking them as drugs. It's just for my back pain, sir. The judge asked me the truth and I told her the truth. I smoke weed, the alcohol.
No, you did not tell me the truth. Let's stop right there. I asked you if you were going to be positive for any drugs. What you told the court was you would be positive for marijuana only.
Yes, ma'am.
And I specifically said, so you're saying it's just marijuana. And your response to me was marijuana only. So don't come in here with this, well, alcohol and then opiates for my back. That's not the issue. The issue is you were dishonest to the court. I specifically asked you whether or not you would be positive for drugs. You told me marijuana, and you didn't want to tell me that at first. Then I said only marijuana, and your response was only marijuana. Then you disappear from the court. You come back breathing hard, running from wherever, pretending like you went to the restroom. And now I get the results that you're testing positive for marijuana, opiates, and alcohol. So let's start with honesty because you've been dishonest to the court.
I'm a little scared, ma'am. That's true. I'm just a little scared. I don't want to lose my family, man. I've done a lot of mistakes. I know what you said. I thought about it yesterday, my choices. I'm just scared, ma'am. I'm nervous and scared. I just want to try to get back my family, ma'am.
What does your being nervous and scared, being dishonest have to do with anything? I asked you specifically if you were going to test positive for drugs. You said marijuana. I asked you if it would only be marijuana, and you said it would only be marijuana. So don't come up here with the nervousness and I don't want to lose my family, because if you don't want to lose your family, what you don't do is you don't push your wife against a car. You don't push her down on the ground with a bunch of witnesses at a laundromat. So don't come in here laying sympathy on me about, I don't want to lose my family. Because so far, the only thing that you have done in this courtroom has been dishonest. Dishonest about what happened. Dishonest about your drug use. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're going to wear a mask in that courtroom, you need to wear it properly. Mr. Canales?
Okay, Your Honor, that's all I have at this point with Mr. Garay as far as the drug questioning. Apparently, he didn't consider alcohol a drug when you were asking that question, Judge. Of course, the opiates, I have no explanation other than what he's telling me.
Well, my main concern is the opiates.
Yeah,
I understand that people may say alcohol is not a drug.
Right.
But when I specifically asked him for drug use, he only said marijuana.
I understand.
And I asked him only marijuana, and he said only marijuana.
I had yesterday, I didn't even realize he was drinking. So until I asked him, but in any case, Judge, we're here on an application for probation. And I would ask that the state be reminded that their position is silent on this, as to the application yesterday.
Well, I'm gonna give your client some choices here today.
Yeah,
Mr. Gray, I'm giving you these choices because your wife came to testify. And obviously, she still wants to work on things with you. So either way, no matter what happens today, you're going into custody today. It's just a matter of for how long.
Yes, ma'am.
Because either you're going to safety, and I'll put you on probation, but you're going to safety, or either you can go to prison for 3 years. It's completely up to you. 3 years prison or safety. Which would you like to do?
Are they both the same, ma'am? 3 years CP and 3 years,
No, safety is a drug treatment. So safety is 9 months.
I'll take the 9 months, ma'am.
All right, so I'm just sending you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's a $1,500 fine. That'll be probated. Safety. Affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Valeria Garay. So don't be calling her, asking her to put money on your books. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm gonna do 9 months in safety.
You're going to be taken into custody today.
Yes,
There's a waiting time for safety. Once you are cleared, you'll be going to safety. And you're going to be in safety for 9 months. And then safety, I believe, has 3 months aftercare. And then after that, you'll have these conditions waiting for you. So there's no contact with Valeria Garay. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Parenting classes. With compadre y compadre. No unsupervised contact with minors until further notice. Field visits upon release, random 3 times per month. And when he's released, I'm going to want the UA hotline. Are you able to Zoom?
ma'am.
Do you have Zoom capabilities?
I don't have a phone, ma'am.
All right, so there's going to be regular reporting, and that will be in person. Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
Judge, did you want to do the BIP class for the?
Yes. I forgot about BIP. All right, is there anything else he needs, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from me, Mr. Garay, in order to be successful?
I want to apologize for lying to you, ma'am.
All right, apology accepted. And then you need to start thinking about writing apology letters to your wife for being disrespectful to her. But that letter you keep with you and don't send it until I decide or if I allow contact. And you need to have a journal, and you need to sit down in that journal and write about what your children are thinking about relationships because of how you behave. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because do you have boys and girls?
I have 2 boys, I have 2 girls, ma'am.
All right, let me just tell you what your sons are thinking. Your sons, when they get in a relationship, they're going to think the way they show you love somebody is you beat them up because that's what they've seen with their mom. And you know what your daughter's going to think? Your daughter's going to think it's okay for men to beat them up because that's how you show love. And you've put that on them. So you need to get a journal and start writing about the faults that you have done and the trauma that you've done to your children. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And there is no excuses for a grown man or any adult for that matter, male or female, to be in a relation with somebody they supposedly love, to put their hands on them in anger. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also need to think about the trauma you caused the people at the laundromat who just wanted to do their laundry, but you came there acting silly. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a conviction and because it is affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation is going to go over conditions with you. Then you're going to go into custody. So to courtroom, let me find out where you are. If you go to breakout room number 1, and Jorge, if you want to go to 1 with your client, you can.
After that, may I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else ready? Roberto Ramirez, what is happening with your client?
Your Honor, I was wondering if I could get in a breakout room with him. Adrian Winters.
Let me see, what was your breakout room number?
Mine was,
21?
I think mine was 20 or 21.
It's 21. Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's in custody.
All right, I don't see him on the Zoom screen yet. You say Winters?
Yes, ma'am. Adrian Winters.
All right, as soon as they bring him out, I'll put you in the breakout room with him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. All right, and those two are going to be pleas. So if you can take those with you. All right, any other defense attorney ready?
I'm back, Judge. Mr.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes. On Lopez, what's happening?
Judge, this is the case where I was out on vacation. You just want to make sure my client appeared and you were going to give us a new date.
Yeah, Victor Sosa this morning, correct?
Okay. All right, Martin Lopez, where are you? Martin Lopez.
He's down there, Judge. He's just muted.
Okay, let me see if I can find him because my screen looks different from yours.
I'm here, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, on your case, let me find you on the docket. All right, we're going to come back on August 31st. And Ray, do you have all the discovery in this case?
Yes, I believe so, Judge. And if I'm lacking anything, I'll get in touch with Marcus.
All right, and is this going to be a jury trial?
We don't know yet at this point, Judge. Like I said, I didn't really prep for it, so I don't want to misspeak.
All right, well, August 31st is going to be your plea deadline date. After that, the court is not going to accept any plea bargain agreements.
Understood.
All right, do you have anyone else with us?
Just that one. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you for coming in on your vacation. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Miss.
Your Honor, may I approach virtually?
Yes.
I'm here on Ricky Esparza.
Yes.
Number 2021 CR 5889.
Yes.
I got an offer from the state, so I need some time to discuss it with my client.
Where's Ricky Esparza?
He should be on there. He told me he was on.
Ricky Esparza. He's in room number 11. Let me see. All right, if you go back to room number 11 and have him come out of that room, please.
Okay.
Ah, he's back. All right, Ricky Esparza, where are you? Well, we'll wait for them to come back. Jonathan Watkins.
Morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Judge, I'm sorry I was late. I was having a technical issue and I had to drive into the office this morning. I'm here for Richard Garza. It's a CTD case, and if I could please have a breakout room to confer with Mr. Morris, that would be wonderful. My client is present.
Okay, let me see what rooms we have available. Send you to breakout room number 31.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, hi, who do you have?
Your Honor, I have Mr. Xavier McBride. He's in custody. And our last court setting, I spoke with Marcus Sanders.
Okay, let me see here. I'll send you to breakout room number 32.
Thank you, Judge.
Joanne, I need your client's email. If you can chat it to me, that would be great.
There it is. I just sent it to Hunter.
I'll get it then. Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor. Sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Esparza is on.
Okay, Ricky Esparza.
It says there's like an R on the screen. This is Rick Esparza.
All right, is there a reason he can't talk?
I'm sorry?
I mean, he needs to say something.
Oh, so, okay. He's new to this, so he's.
How old is he?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
he like 60? Because if he's in his 30s, there's no excuse for people in their 30s and 20s not knowing how to Zoom.
And I believe he's older than that. Now, hold on, let me lift this up. Good question, Judge.
There's no excuse for anybody who's under the age of 50 not knowing how to Zoom. I'll put it that way.
Well, there was an excuse for me when I started it.
See, there you go.
52. So he's over the line.
No, he's not. Because I'm older than 50 and I'm able to Zoom.
Really late. He's trying to connect his audio.
All right. Do you have all the discovery, Mr. Sakowanowicz?
I do.
All right, we'll see you and your client back on August 31st.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Maybe excuse?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. LaHood.
Joe Rodriguez, you have your hand raised?
Yes, Your Honor. I finished with the state. They conveyed an offer, and I would just like time to go over that offer with my client. If just a short reset, Your Honor.
Where is your client?
My client is present. She should be online.
I'm here, Your Honor. Liliana Barrios.
All right, Norma, can you recall this? Is 2 weeks enough time for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can you call Liliana Barrios Contreras for 2 weeks, please?
Yes, ma'am. I can recall it back on the 23rd, Judge.
All right, we'll see you August 23rd.
That works, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right, I will check it. Adam LaHood, you need to speak with your client. If you guys will go to breakout room number 2, please.
It's to go over paperwork, Judge.
Okay, if you guys will go to breakout room number 2, please. Hunter LaHood, breakout room number 2. And Norma, do you have an update on Mr. Ramirez's client, Adrian Winters? He says he's in custody.
Let me check on that, Judge.
Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
John Fox's client, I guess, just sent me a check, Anthony Asmus.
Yes, he needs to be patient. He needs to just wait. Thank you.
All right, there you go, Mr. Asmus. Put some patience in your pocket, take it out as needed.
Judge?
I just sent
Yes.
you
My lawyer texted me, Anita P. Garza, asking why I was never sent into the breakout room. I was just wondering if it was something on my part because I never got the
Well, because
request.
nobody's requested you to go to the breakout room. So
Okay,
as soon as I received a request, when I receive a request for you to go to the breakout room, that's when you will be sent to the breakout room.
Okay, Judge, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
All right, Norma, when do you want to call Mr. Winters? Recall that for?
I can probably call him back in about three weeks, Judge.
Okay, Roberto, your client is ill, so we're going to recall your case.
Okay.
What date, Norma?
I can do the 24th. Can you come back on the 24th, Mr. Ramirez?
Let me just check real quick if I have something. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
What was the problem with him? Was there?
Yeah, it's she'll send it to you in the chat.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay. All right, Your Honor, thank you very much for the information, and that being all, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you for your patience. Have a good rest of your day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Thank you,
You're
everybody.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Anita Garza.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Yes.
I've been in the breakout room, but nobody ever went in there. My client, I think he was out here. He's been texting me.
Yeah, the prosecutors are making their way through breakout rooms.
Okay, no worries. I mean, I don't mind. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, I just didn't know if I needed to be in there with him or with the CLO.
No, I mean, do you need
I
to
wouldn't
speak
mind
to your-
talking to the CLO if the CLO is available.
Okay, I'll send her to breakout room number 22.
Okay. So I
All right,
just,
and that she'll be there as soon as she finishes going over conditions with another defendant.
okay, Your Honor, and I'm in 2 different Zooms, so, but I got
Okay.
computers going on, but I'm here.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Raymundo Alamon.
Yes, can you hear me, Beth?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I just met with Jeremy. We have an offer, which I'm going to talk to my client about.
Okay, where is your client?
He should be there. I put him on Zoom like at 9:11.
I'm here, Your Honor.
There he
Okay,
is.
all right, Mr. Davis, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he's and Mr. Alamon, if you'll go back to breakout room number 24. And Mr. Davis, if you'll go to 24, please.
How,
And Judge, I have an update on my case whenever the court has a chance.
Just one moment. Mr. Asmus. Anthony Asmus.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to bring you back on August 31st.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right,
Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Kyle Ernst.
Yes, Judge. I have Francisco Rocha. I've been trying to get in contact with him. His phone's off. I would just ask
He's in the courtroom.
He's
in the courtroom.
Oh, he is. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay. I guess, yeah, breakout room with him then.
All right, as soon as the courtroom is ready, because right now that computer is being in use, so I'll let you speak with your client.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Raymundo Alamon, if you'll go to breakout room number 24, your client is waiting for you there. All right, Adam LaHood and then Nathaniel Navy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Adam LaHood, yes.
Oh, we've signed all the paperwork, Judge. We should be good to go, I guess, once it's makes it to you.
Okay. And is this a plea agreement?
Yes, yes, ma'am. They're going to proceed on an MTR. They're recommending alternate amending and.
No. I just needed to know what type of case it was, so I can make sure I have all the paperwork.
Yes, it's just we're just going for the MTR. The 2 new number 1s are being TIC'd.
Okay, Nathaniel Navy.
Yes, Judge. This was Louis Herrera's first court setting. My first chance to talk to the prosecutor on the case. He did convey an offer, and if we could just get a reset so that I can discuss that with my client.
All right, Louis Herrera, where are you? Louis Herrera.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, I'll give you your 30-day reset. So that would be, well, not really a 30-day reset, but we'll see you back on August 31st.
August 31st? Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone see what page Mr. Herrera is on?
15.
All right, thank you. All right, and I believe there was a new attorney who came on. Any defense attorney who's not been in a breakout room? All right, H.
Your
David
Honor.
Sanchez. Yes, Ray Adams?
Two things. I'm over in a breakout room on another thing. It's been waiting. However, my client, Mr. Velasco, is on there. Can I get into a breakout room with him?
Yes, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody.
All
I
right.
see him on the screen.
All right, Mr. Velasquez, I'll send you to breakout room number 27.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I conferred with Marcus Sanders. Could I speak with him again? We do have a deal in principle.
What is your
I want-
client's name?
Mallory
Can you hear
Garcia.
me now?
Mallory what?
I'm in a,
Garcia?
I was in another breakout room.
Mallory Garcia, Judge.
Okay.
I had to log out because I had two other courts.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's not paying attention. He's just talking. I don't think he'll see your screen.
All right, and then to the courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 2, Cal Ernst, you were waiting for Mr. Rocha? Cal Ernst,
Yes, Judge. Sorry about that.
yes, I'm sending you to breakout room number 2.
Okay, perfect. Give me one.
Just be aware that it's an open courtroom. We're just waiting for your attorney to show up.
Hello, Norma.
Yes, Mr. Hertz.
Good morning, Judge. I've been waiting for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes.
All right, you were probably not here in the beginning when I said that there are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. So as you can see, there are 32 breakout rooms, which means there are 32 defense attorneys and there are only 4 prosecutors. Now, by leaving your space in line, they're going to skip over you because you're not in your breakout room and they're going to go to the next person. So you're in breakout room number 29. You've just been skipped over and they've gone to breakout room number 30. So if you go back to breakout room number 29, a prosecutor will meet you there.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nora, you want to mute this one?
All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, I'm back on Dylan Guerra.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I haven't had any contact with him. He asked me to come back since he wasn't here this morning. So.
Okay.
Yes, this is Ray Alemán. Can I see the prosecutor stare at me very fast? Just real quick.
Just one moment. I'll send you to 25 and a prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
Mr. Adams, I sent you to a breakout room with your client and you haven't left to go to that breakout room. Okay. All righty. Brenda, it's Monday on a Tuesday, but we're going to put a smile on our face. Let me see if there's a prosecutor available.
I'm here, Marcus.
All right. Court is going to call 2021 CR 4505, State of Texas versus Dylan Matthew Guerra. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Dave Sanchez.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
None.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:40 a.m. The defendant, Dylan Matthew Guerra, has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Dylan Matthew Guerra in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
I understand.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have yesterday, Judge, but not this morning.
All right, state.
Judge, we're asking that you forfeit his bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that will be granted. And this bond forfeiture will not be recalled unless there's good cause, defense.
Understood, Judge.
All right, thank you. Unless you have something else with this, you're excused.
No, Judge, I had just one question on my other case. Did you ever receive that order or do I need to resend that to the court?
Oh, I've already signed it.
Okay. And Marcus, that blood order, she signed it. So,
okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you, Judge.
if there's nothing else, then you are excused.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else ready?
Your Honor, I'm ready.
Yes.
I conferred with Hunter, and we have filed a motion for breath test discovery. I can put the motion in the chat if that helps.
All right. To the clerks, could I have the motion on 2021 CR 5885? Ian Thomas Stewart, please. Just give me one moment. Let me find what page you are on.
Judge.
Thank you. All right, the court has signed the document. We'll have you come back on August 31st.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Do you have the file on Hunter? Yeah, thank you.
And will the court email me a copy of that order, Your Honor?
Just contact the clerks and they'll probably be able to get it to you.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Will we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Good.
All right, parties on Hunter? Reginald.
Adam LaHood for the defendant.
Is there a prosecutor available?
Sure, Your Honor. What is this about?
It's a motion to revoke.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It's Adam LaHood's client. And he says there is an agreement. Who did you confer with?
I conferred with Hunter.
Okay.
My client's Hunter and ADA was Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Adam, if you want to chat me, what's the agreement?
Yes, sir.
I'm here, Judge. I heard.
You heard your name. If we speak your name 3 times, you'll appear.
Well, see, Mick Aguilera had this up on YouTube, so I could hear in his background you asking for a prosecutor.
Okay. All right. The court is calling 2018 CR 0164 State of Texas versus Reginald Hunter. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Adam LaHood.
And are you Mr. Hunter?
Yes.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunter, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, I do believe I did.
Are you the same Reginald Mariette Hunter who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 0164 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on June 18, 2018 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, state.
Under the amended motion, violation of condition number 1, on or about the 24th day of December 2019 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Reginald Mariette Hunter, committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
True.
State.
David waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunter, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, I do believe I do understand.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
What is my, Mr. LaHood, should I agree with that?
Yeah, yes, Hunter. Yeah, we're good, bud.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Hunter, these are your rights. You can either say yes or no. You can either say true or not true. It's completely up to you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So, do you understand that by pleading to the violation of condition number 1, I could revoke you? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Do you understand that I could sentence you up to life in prison?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand I can sentence you up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, I do.
Do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. It is for adjudication and then place the defendant on 5 years probated for 5 years, straight probation. Continue with the same terms as he had on deferred adjudication, but amend to include SATIF. And the state will take into consideration cause 2021 CR 1165 and night mag number 620672.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunter, are you asking me to follow that agreement?
I believe I'm kind of unclear what all that agreement said.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's take the word believe out of our vocabulary. This is what the state and your attorney said they have agreed to. They want to revoke you, find you guilty, and place you on regular probation, which means you have a felony conviction. They want that probation to be for 5 years. And if you are revoked on that probation, then the most you could be sentenced to was 5 years. And they want to take in consideration 2021 CR 1165 and NIMAG number 620672. And they want you to go into inpatient drug treatment. Do you understand that as the agreement?
Yes, I do.
So are you asking me to follow that agreement?
Yes, I am, and hopefully everything works good with that.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, so what have you done on probation other than pick up new cases? What have you completed? What have you done?
My probation, I paid off all my fines, and before, I believe it was March, I forgot exactly which day, I was clean for 6 months, and then when I went in for the report on March, they told me I had a warrant, and then I just kind of lost my mind for a good little bit there, and so I got picked up.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Alternate amend conditions to include SATA. There's to be a referral to felony drug court. And Rebecca, if he's accepted into felony drug court before he gets to SATA, that's where I'm going to want him. Take in consideration 2021 CR 1165, NIMAG number 620672. There's going to be a proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Are you able to report by Zoom, Mr. Hunter?
I am, ma'am. I believe I do have a phone, but I'm on Social Security disability, so I don't have a job. And
all right, proof of employment or SSI within 30 days of release. And again, I'm like, stop with the I believe, because I believe seems to suggest to me that you're uncertain. So either you have a phone or you don't. Either you can Zoom or you can't. So that's my question. Are you able to Zoom? Yes or no?
yes, I am.
All right, you're to report regular reporting by Zoom or in person. So if your phone doesn't work, then you can report in person. And I'm going to want field visits once he's released 2 times per month. And he's to remain in custody until transferred. Mr. Hunter, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Hunter, good luck to you. Felony drug court is a good program. If you're accepted in a felony drug court before you are sent to SATA, felony drug court, they will actually be in charge of your conditions, and you'll only come back to the 187 if you successfully completed the program or if they kick you out of the program. But I know you're going to do good, so I'm not concerned about them kicking you out of the program. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 with your attorney, and probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your day. Anyone back from breakout rooms?
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
am Judge.
All right, Jess, I'll do Fernando Cortez, then I'll do Ray Adams. Yes, Fernando.
Judge, I conferred with the state. I'd like to get my cases set for trial. And I have a victim on a no contact, wants to change to no harmful or injurious contact. Maria Gonzalez is on Zoom. The state will oppose my motion.
All right, is that set for today for a hearing on that?
No, Judge, I just filed it yesterday.
All right, so we'll have to set that for a hearing. And just ask Ms. Ferguson to place it on the docket, and we'll place it on the docket. Where's Jonathan Trevino?
I'm right here, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Cortez, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Norma, when can we set this for a hearing of the no contact order?
I'm sorry, Judge, can you repeat that? I was at the copier.
All right, on Jonathan Trevino, when can we set this for a hearing on his motion to alter and amend bond conditions?
Let's see.
And I believe he'll have one witness.
Let me check the calendar, Judge.
Okay.
Is it a family violence case or is it just I don't even, let me,
It's family violence.
okay. I can do it August 11th.
All right, we'll come back on August 11th. What time, Norma?
I can, here's one witness. I can possibly do it in the afternoon.
All right, we'll see you August 11th at 2 p.m. to hear your motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I need to be in a breakout room with the prosecutor to discuss a plea and to get it prepared.
All right, so let me see where you were.
Judge, do you know if
See
he
you
had,
number 21.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, did he tell us he filed that motion already?
Yes.
He did.
All right, anyone else ready? Robert
Robert
Featherston?
Featherston.
Yes.
Yes, Judge. I'm representing Roy Vidalis. I have been unable to get a hold of him. I don't think he's here today.
All right, is there a Roy Vidalis here? All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge.
Judge, I've been conferring with Marcus Saunders, and I'm respectfully requesting that the court check the file to see if a postcard was sent out to Mr. Vidalis.
All right, just one moment. We'll have the clerks check that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. Anyone else ready?
Judge, this is Mick Aguilera.
Yes.
I've been in breakout room number 19 for an hour and a half. I'm on another iPad waiting to talk to a CTD prosecutor.
All right, well, I will tell you this, Hunter Morris was in number 19 and he left because I see where he was there. So I think when you left, he left. So
I've been sitting right here the whole time.
All right, because I see where he's trying to go there.
Okay, It's right there. I'm on another iPad.
Okay, we'll make it happen.
Okay, I just wanted to, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we haven't forgotten you. I
Judge,
will not allow anyone to be forgotten.
I'd like to forget
Okay.
it, but that's Judge, this is Robert Mauer, the very self-important lawyer, and my plea paperwork should be ready on Andre Hernandez. He signed his portion of it.
Okay, I'm just waiting for it because I haven't received any paperwork on my end.
Judge, I never got a breakout room. It never came up on my screen.
If you'll go to where it says breakout rooms, it's there. And I'll be able to tell you which room I place you in. Just give me a moment. I'm going to move you again. And so let me know if it pops up again, okay?
Now it did.
All righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Judge, this Jeff Mulliner.
Yes. Yes, Jeff.
My client is in the courtroom. Do you have the ability to put me in a breakout room with him who is in the courtroom?
Yes. Courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 2, please.
Yes, Judge.
And
Thank you, Judge.
Jeff Mulliner, what room were you in? Or did you log off?
I'd previously been in, I think, 3 with Hunter.
All right, I sent you breakout room number 2.
Here I go. Thank you.
Sure. Anita Garza.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Yes. What is happening with your client, Hagerling?
Yes, so he's supposed to have a mental health evaluation in a few days. And so we're asking to come back once we have the results of the mental health evaluation. And he's on bond, so if I can just be put in a breakout room with him, just to kind of let him know what's going on and what the prosecutor and I are talking about.
All right, well, let me get a setting date for that.
Okay.
Just one moment.
Can you hear me?
All right, just one moment. I'll get a date for Mr. Hagerling. And Robert, for some reason, I don't have your client's paperwork. It hasn't shown up in my email box.
He said he just got through signing it. Judge, he's on here as Dre Hernandez. Can you put me in a breakout room with him and I'll see if I can walk through the process with him and make sure he finished everything?
All right, I'll see you in breakout room number 3. All right, if you'll go to 3.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Raimundo Alaman.
Yes, Judge, we reached an agreement, so they can send us the paperwork sometime.
All right, can you let Ms. Ferguson know what that agreement is? Somebody from the state, if you can let Ms. Ferguson know what the agreement is on Keandra
Yes,
Davis, please.
Jeremy.
All right.
Yes, Ms. Ferguson.
We'll get the state to do it, Mr. Alaman.
All right, thank you, Judge.
And on this one? All right, Anita Garza,
Yes, Your Honor.
on Mr. Hagenly, when is his appointment?
2 days on the 4th, or, yeah, on the 4th, tomorrow.
Okay, and is this a private examination or is this something?
It's through the county, Your Honor. I got a notification that he expressed concerns about mental health, and so he's supposed to be having it done through the county.
All right.
Yeah, let me see where it's at. Let's see here. Yeah, and the state's aware as well. Let me see.
All right, so we're just going to get a reset date then. Ms. Ferguson is going to give that to me shortly.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Cornelius Cox, you're back.
Yes, the Honorable Judge Stephanie Boyd. I'm back. I was talking to Marcus and I was trying to talk to him, and I don't know whether Abe told you he was delayed, and then my internet was unstable, so I had to go find had to try to find a vacant house with the internet in it to use, So they can't charge me with burglary, I guess. They can just charge me with criminal trespass. But anyway, I'm up. I'm ready. So if Marcus is around, I would like to confer with him.
All right, I'm sending you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, HQ, you're back.
Yes, Judge. We have an agreement worked out. Meredith is, I believe she might be working on somebody else's paperwork, but are you okay? But she might be working on mine next. And then I've already requested Norma to send me hers.
Okay.
Judge, do you think that after I go over the paperwork with my client, I can log in somewhere else and come back for a plea? And what time do you think I should do that?
Well, I will tell you that we take our break at 12:30.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where we are.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me see how far I can get. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
And I just received paperwork on a Garcia. Whose client is that?
Mallory Garcia?
Yes.
That's David Castillo.
All right, David Castillo. Let me see here. I'm gonna, it shows that I have received paperwork for your client. So if you'll just go back to number 4, and I'll send Ms. Ferguson to number 4 and to the clerks to number 4 so they can swear your client in. And Norma, could I have a reset date for Mr. Hagerling, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still looking into that, Judge. I'm still looking at the system. If you can give me
All right,
just.
thank you.
And Judge, can I do a quick announcement on Francisco Rocha?
Can you hold on for just a moment? Judge, what was I going to number 4 for? I'm sorry.
That's for to make sure that they have all their paperwork, and I've sent Lupe there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
And Judge, in regards to Mr. Rocha, we do have a reasonable offer, but Mr. Rocha.
Okay, just 1 second. Time out. 1 second. I am being pulled in 6 different directions, so just give me 1 second. All right. Cal Ernst.
Yes. So Mr. Rocha, we have all the discovery. We have a reasonable offer, but he is habitual. So we'd like just one more setting for him to contemplate the offer before we make a decision if he's going to accept the offer or take it to trial.
All right, let me see what page Mr. Rocha is on. All right, on Mr. Rocha, we're going to recall that on August 23rd. That's his plea deadline date.
Okay, perfect, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Judge. You all have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Judge, I helped Mr. Hernandez complete his paperwork, so it should be there.
All right, let me see if I have it. Just give me
Thank
a
you.
moment.
Sorry, Your Honor, I think I got kicked out.
Just a moment. And who is saying they thought they got kicked out?
I need that. I didn't know if I missed anything, because
No, you
I had
Just
to
give
log
me-
in.
All right, just give me a second. And for everyone, to make it easier for me, when you speak, please say your name, because you may see on your Zoom one person. I have at least 90 people on this Zoom screen right now. So the only way that I know who it is if you state your name, because otherwise I have to look on different pages. I have 4 pages on my screen. So just give me one moment, everyone. Put some patience in your pocket, take it out as needed. And guys, I know you have more pockets maybe than the ladies, because I know there are hidden pockets in your suits. Spread that patience around. Everyone, just give me a moment.
It does say an additional one more year. Is an additional one coming? Yes. Well, as you continue with the pages, on page 66 and 67, you can see the appeals. It also says the decision of the period and
James Hunt, I sent you a chat. Can you send me the email so I can do the paperwork? Mr. Alaman, I sent you a chat as well. I need the emails, you and your client, so I can do the paperwork.
Yes, this is Ray Aleman. Who's speaking to me?
It's the ADA. It's the
There you are.
Can you
Okay.
just send me a chat of the emails? I sent you one. Just type it.
Okay, here we are. Mr. Hagelin, you're coming back on August 6th. And Miss Anita Garza, you may want to check, but it shows that a evaluation was previously done for your client, but we'll bring him back on August 6th at 9 a.m. to see where we are.
Okay, so on Friday, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, do you need to speak with your client?
Yeah, just real briefly. I mean, I have, okay.
All right, Mr. Hagelin, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney, and then you're excused, but you'll need to appear by Zoom on Friday. Do you understand? And I'll take
Yes,
that
Your
as
Honor.
a yes. I'm sending you to breakout room number 2.
Jeff Mulliner can update you whenever it's convenient for you, Your Honor.
Yes, Jeff.
Yes, Your Honor. I've worked out the case. I conferred with Hunter. We have a deal. We accept it if he's listening. My strong preference along with my client was that we get a standalone plea date in a week or two.
Why do we need a standalone plea date? I don't understand. Everyone's here,
Well-
we can take care of it.
If it's possible to be done quickly, I've got for example, I have a medical appointment this afternoon
Okay.
and some other things. So
As soon as we
I don't
get the
think-
paperwork, we'll do it.
okay,
Yeah, I mean, just get the paperwork done, we'll take care of it.
well,
Robert
somebody's
Maurer,
somebody's
Yes.
gonna have to do the paperwork, and I didn't hear anybody acknowledge they heard me say we accept. I didn't hear an ADA even indicate that they heard.
oh,
what I
if you
said.
just put it in the chat box, send to everybody, letting them know that you've accepted the offer and they'll make it happen.
Okay.
And Hunter is actually on the screen, so he heard you. Robert Maurer, your guy. Andre
Hernandez.
Hernandez,
Yes, ma'am.
I've just received the paperwork. Is your client in a breakout room or no?
He was trying to come back. Let me.
As soon as he
I'm
comes
here.
back, I'll put him
Here he
in.
is.
break-
I hear.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 4. The
Yes, ma'am.
clerks will swear you in.
Yes,
What did
ma'am.
what did I hear, Judge?
They're waiting for you. I'm coming back. All right, Robert Featherston, on your guy, Mr. Vidalis, we're gonna come back at 2 to figure out what's going on with that. But what I can tell you and what the court coordinators told me is that the bondsman got off of his bond.
Oh, interesting. Okay, thank you,
Yes.
Judge. I appreciate
So
it.
we'll
I'll
come
see you
back at
soon.
2 just to make sure, that everything has been sent out, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you for your
Madam
patience.
Chairman?
Just
You
1
bet.
second.
Judge,
Mick
Madam Clerk?
Aguilera, then Fernando.
Okay.
Can I go to a breakout with Meredith, the prosecutor? From just briefly?
All right,
What-
Mick, if you will go to number 14.
14?
Yeah, and Meredith will meet you in 14.
Thank you.
All right, Fernando and then Cornelius.
Judge, I just wanted to get into, to speak with Joe Ray Garcia.
All right, let me see where Joe Ray is. All
I'm
right. All right, if you'll just go back to your breakout room, Joe Ray will meet you there.
Okay.
Have you been assigned to a breakout
No,
room?
I haven't been assigned at all.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Cornelius Cox.
Yes, ma'am. Judge, I just finished conferring with Marcus Sanders. Mr. Thomas, Marcus needs more time to contact the victim. He's been trying to locate the victim. He think he may have that opportunity if he can they wanted a short reset so he can make contact with the victim. And then we think we can resolve this case.
Yes, Judge, I know it's an older case. I was finally able to get in contact with her sister yesterday. So I'm hoping for a call back within the next few days. So like a week or 2 would be appreciated.
All right, is August 23rd enough time?
Yes, Judge.
That'll work, Judge.
All right, so we'll reset Mr. Thomas for August 23rd.
Okay. And Thank you, Judge. And I want to prepare a psychological for Oklahoma and Texas. Come to the
Well,
SEC.
you know what? They think they can come to the SEC and they think they're going to be running things.
Yeah, they need a psych. Because they got to play football every week. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Thank you,
But
Judge.
Cornelius, you know what I tell everybody? We will invite you to the barbecue the way we do family, but we still
Yeah.
gonna beat up on you on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
All right.
Everyone, just one moment. Let me find. Mr. Thomas? DeMille
No.
Thomas?
No.
We're gonna bring you back on August 23rd, okay?
No.
All right, thank you for your patience. Norma, if you can let them know that DeMille, the L3 can go back. And let me see if I have any other paperwork. All right, David Castillo.
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
All right, just as soon as they bring me the paperwork, we'll take that matter up.
Judge, this is Joanne Akel. Could you put me in a breakout room with my client, Christopher Mendez Clark?
All right, what breakout room were you in?
I think I was in 9.
Let me see. Yes, you are. Clark, if you'll go to 9, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Victor Gomez?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
On Ms. Clonch, we received the number from the pretrial services. They gave me both hers and her husband's, and hers is not a valid number at this point. I called and left a message on her husband's number. Again, no response.
All right, just give me one moment. We're going to take that up. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Who are the parties on Mallory Garcia?
David Castillo for defense.
Marcus.
All right, we're going to take up Clonch first. This should be short. And you said you've had no contact with your client. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5895, State of Texas versus Helona Clonch. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Victor Gomez.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:23 a.m. There has not been a Helona Clonch on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mejia, has there been a Helona K Clonch in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor, I have not. I have spoken with the pretrial officer, Susanna Garcia, who gave me phone and her husband. I have left the number for Mr. Banks since I was not able to have a call completed for my client. I have not had a response as of right now. According to Ms. Garcia, apparently there's a glitch. They don't have her reporting to pretrial until October 2021, and she's going to look into that.
All right, state.
But we are asking that you forfeit our bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. I'll remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in contact with your client and your client presents herself, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Yes.
May I be excused? Thank you.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 0242, State of Texas versus Mallory Raquel Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
David Castillo.
And are you Mallory Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None.
Ms. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review it with your client? Mr. Castillo, have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding on count 1, waiving count 2 and the enhancement paragraph.
Any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with in count 1 is possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 1. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine to be probated. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision, and there's $57 to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand by signing
Marcus.
that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours community service restitution, the MRT and regular UAs. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 1 in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, the state offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Garcia, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking that the court follow the recommendations of the state and defense and sentence Ms. Garcia to 4 years. TDC probate that for 4 years of probation. She recognizes she has a drug problem, and she says that she can do everything you ask her to do on probation, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Garcia, who is Eric Thomas?
That is my former, ex-boyfriend now.
All right, do you all have any children together?
Yes, we do. We have a 1-year-old. I'm fighting for my girls right now.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
Yes. That's
All right, is
what,
that the only child you have?
no, I have a 6-year-old.
And where is the 6-year-old?
They're both at the same foster parents.
All right. Who is your CPS attorney?
To be honest, I don't even know, because she doesn't contact me or anything.
Here's the thing. Your job, because I've been a CPS attorney before, your
Okay.
job is to reach out to your attorney.
Oh,
Your
okay.
attorney's job is not to hunt you down and say, please work with me so I can help you with your case. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, I'm going to sentence you to 4 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. $1,000 fine. That'll be probated. And Mr. Castillo, if you can please write down everything that I'm saying, because the probation officer's in number 1, and I'm going to send your client there to go over conditions. So 4 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years, $1,000 fine, that will be probated, $57 to SAPD for drug testing, CPS compliance, parenting classes, and if CPS has you do parenting classes, which they should, I will count those as parenting classes for what I'm asking for, Mr. Castillo.
Okay, I have some classes completed.
All right, just listen to what I'm saying, and then if you successfully complete your parenting classes with CPS, then I will count them towards parenting classes. Here,
Awesome.
I'm not going to
Thank
have
you.
you do duplicate services.
Thank
All
you,
right.
I appreciate that.
The MRT, 150 hours of community service restitution, I will not waive that. I will not allow her to buy that out. How far did you go in school?
I have my GED.
All right, what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Well, I wanted to become a counselor, a drug counselor, actually.
All right, well, they're not going to accept you doing that if you continue to use. So you're going to have to get clean and sober and stay clean and sober.
Yes.
So I'm going to do, I'll waive the 150 hours community service restitution if she obtains some form of higher level education, or if she completes some sort of trade school.
Awesome.
There is going to be field visits, random, 3 times per month. I'm going to refer her to felony drug court. But Mr. Castillo, just let probation know if on the civil side, they put her in their drug court program, then she won't have to do felony drug court. I'm gonna do the UA hotline. And it will be intensive outpatient treatment with probation until either accepted in felony drug court or accepted in the CPS version of felony drug court.
Okay.
And there will be weekly Zoom reporting. Are you able to use Zoom?
Yes.
All right, there's going to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice. All right, is there anything else that you need from me to be successful in this probation?
I think everything's great and I appreciate everything because I think it's going to help.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you the appreciation that you're feeling now. People usually feel that way when they're in jail and they're like, I'll do probation for life. I can do it.
Yeah.
And then when it hits them, they stop following through. If you stop following through, you're going to end up losing custody of your children. You understand?
That's the main thing that's hurting me right now. I was doing good for 10 years. I messed up probably one time. And then this second time, I mean, I'm really trying.
All right, children depend on you. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. I'm going to send you both to breakout room number 1. Mr. Castillo, if you will go there as well, and then probation will go over conditions with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're ready on Andre Hernandez.
I am extra special ready, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, I need you to show your video.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 12245, State of Texas versus Andre Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Marcus Sanders for the state.
Robert Mauer for
defense?
defendant, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you defense, what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hernandez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we are proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault public servant, and we are waiving the enhancement paragraph.
Any objections?
Or sorry, Judge, the
I'm not
assault
going
peace
to object
officer.
at this time, Judge.
I'm sorry. Yes?
It should be assault peace officer, so second degree, not assault public servant.
Okay. Oh, sorry. So you guys are proceeding on assault of a peace officer and you're waiving the enhancement?
Yes, Judge.
Any objection?
Not right now, Judge.
All right. Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court's Admonishment and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with as assault peace officer? That's a second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He was.
Off the record for a moment, please. Mr. Clark and Ms. Ethel, if you could go to breakout room number 4, and if the clerks could go to number 4 and swear him in, please. We're back on the record. Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 632834. State will take in consideration 2020 CR 12244, 2020 CR 10238. If you fail to show for sentencing, you will be subject to the full range of punishment. Additionally, the causes to be taken in consideration are contingent upon you appearing also. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Judge, I have not.
Then to the offense of assault peace officer, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No content, ma'am.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, the state offers states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. How much time are you all asking for?
Judge, my client requested 60 days. He and his wife just had a new baby, and they're going to have to make financial arrangements for his incarceration. He's on GPS right now. I was going to ask, he's been on full house arrest. I was going to ask if the court let him do tracking only until he begins his sentence. And just by note, Marcus and I did discuss, and I've informed my client that if he picks up any new offenses, it will violate the plea bargain agreement, but his plea will stand.
All right, state. Let's start with GPS.
Yeah, GPS, I have no objection to tracking only.
All right, so GPS tracking only. And then now with regards to the, when he is to turn himself in.
I mean, I feel like 60 days is a long time. Without hearing more of what he needs to accomplish in 60 that he can accomplish in 30.
I think part of the problem, Marcus, is he's been on full house arrest, so he hasn't been able to work. So he is gonna have to he's gonna have to sell a bunch of his tools and equipment and stuff, and also, I think, get a part-time job so he can try to set aside some money while he's incarcerated. That's the only reason I'm asking for 60.
Well, let's do this. Let's reset it for 30 days. Let's see where we are.
Okay.
And then if there is some other issue, I'm always open to reconsider, and maybe you have something more to give to the state and they may agree to more time.
Okay, that sounds fair, Judge.
All right, Norma, can I get a 30-day reset for Andre Hernandez? Can you put it the first week in September, please? All right, your next court date is going to be September 1st, Mr. Hernandez, and your attorney may decide to ask for more time. The state may agree to more time, but you need to make sure that you're present in the 187 District Court, September 1st at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We're located at 300 De La Rosa. It's the 4th floor. So you're not to appear on Zoom. You're appearing in court September 1st. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So what day?
September 1st.
What time?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, Ms. Boyd.
You're
God bless
welcome.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You
Judge
hear that,
Mathis.
everyone? I'm getting blessings. The rest of you guys recognize Robert.
It's just my clients, Judge. The rest of these people are on their own.
Thank you. God bless you too as well, Robert. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Andre. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Where's Marcus's blessings?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Me and Brenda didn't get a blessing.
I'm sorry about that, guys. That's just for me. Don't get greedy. I hope you can read my writing. Okay, so it's tracking only.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, anyone else ready? We're going to take our break at 12:30, everyone.
Miss, Your Honor, is it possible I could talk to my lawyer?
All right, your lawyer, once your lawyer requests you, then you can speak to your attorney. He hasn't requested you yet. All right, anyone else ready?
Maria Leman, are they
Yes.
working on my plea paperwork?
Mr. Aleman, I need your defendant's email address.
I
do too.
send it to you by chat.
All right, what's his email address?
Okay, it's Keandra Davis, all lowercase 3@gmail.com. Very simple. Just his name, a 3 and @gmail.com.
All right, and Jeff, have you received paperwork?
I've completed it and executed it. I'm just waiting to learn that my client has signed it and that we're ready to go.
Okay, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond in your courtroom.
All right,
And he has his phone with him and an email. And I gave the prosecutor his email address. So I don't know if they're emailing him his paperwork.
okay, no, it should go from you and it goes to him. If you go to breakout room number 3 to the courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 3 with Jeff Mulliner's client to make sure that he's completed the paperwork.
Documents in his email that he had to approve.
Okay.
Do you have your phone with you?
Yes.
Is it on?
All right, James Hunt.
Yes, can I go to a breakout room with Tommy Bracamontes, please?
Okay, let me see. Mr. Bracamontes, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to figure out, there he is. All right, who are the parties on Mendez Clark?
Joanne Akel represents the defendant judge.
I am,
And-
Your Honor.
I don't see my client yet, Judge.
I'm here.
There he is.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 3943, State of Texas versus Christopher Mendez Clark. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
for the defense?
Joanne Akel for Mr. Mendez Clark.
All right, and are you Christopher Clark?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Judge.
Mr. Clark, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I've received everything that's uploaded on Veripic, Judge, yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Clark, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge. But
State, are you
I'm
State, are
sorry.
you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, the state is proceeding on the lesser included charge of attempted retaliation. The state jail felony plea paperwork indicates this.
Any objections?
No objection.
Mr. Clark, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the attempted retaliation? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, off the record for a moment. Who's the attorney for Walker? Is that the person who's in the courtroom?
Judge, that should be Q, and he's in custody, I believe.
Sorry, Judge, I couldn't unmute myself.
All right, if you'll go to breakout room number 6, TQ, and I'll send the clerks to breakout room number 6 to swear your client in.
Thank you.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He's been able to confer with me just about those, Judge, yes.
You believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I so believe, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
In my opinion, yes, Judge.
Mr. Clark, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial? I noticed you're in the attic. I'm sure it's pretty hot up there.
Yeah, it's extremely hot right now.
It's probably at least 130 up there, Brenna. All right, I'm going to
Yeah.
show you what's entitled plea bargain agreement. Did you review that agreement with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted retaliation. They're asking that you be punished under 12.44 of the penal code to 112 days in the Bexar County Jail, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically
Yes,
sign
ma'am.
it in both places?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the lesser included offense of attempted retaliation, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Clark, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am. I understood it and signed it.
Again, did
as
you
well.
understand? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty of the lesser included offense of attempted retaliation. State, has the complainant been notified?
The complainant was reached out to earlier, Judge, and so he's aware of the plea agreement.
Court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 112 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the penal code. Give you credit for any time served. Is this a judgment satisfied?
It is, Your Honor. He has 112 days.
Court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Clark, how old are you?
28 years old.
All right, you're going to have to do better. Know better, do better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. If there's nothing else, we'll close the record.
Okay, thank you. Have a
Judge.
wonderful day.
Thank you.
May we be
who-
excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Who are the parties on Lawrence?
That's me, Judge. HEQ.
Well,
Is this your client that's on the screen now?
Yes, it is.
All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 3146, State of Texas versus Lawrence Walker. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
for the defense?
EQ Lee for the defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Walker, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Walker, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did. I understood it.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and, oh, I'm so sorry. Brenda, I started talking too fast, right? Counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have. And yes, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Walker, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did. I did understand it.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if we can go off the record for a moment. Mr. Mulliner, your client, I do not have his paperwork.
He says that he finished it. He's in the courtroom.
All right, so what I'm going to do, if you'll go courtroom, if you'll go to breakout room number 2, and to the clerk, if you could go to number 2 and see what is the issue with his paperwork.
Here I go.
And Norma, if you could go to breakout room number 2 as well, please. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Walker, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Oh, I'm
Yes,
so
I-
sorry, Brenda. All right, did you review that document with your attorney? And
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
understand the document entitled Court Admonishments?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
All right, you're charged with the offense of theft of service, $2,500 to $30,000. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am, I understand totally.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he
Do you
does.
believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, he was.
Mr. Walker, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, they didn't.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
I did. I do understand it.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration night bag number 621367, county court cause numbers 664-751, 664-752, and restitution to CPS Energy, if any. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, I did.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I did, and I did understand it.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, a TAP evaluation, no harmful or injurious contact with Estefania, Estefania, Vera, Vera, APSE, anger management, and regular UAs. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
I understand.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Uh-oh.
Mr. Walker, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Plead guilty I plead guilty to what I signed.
Well, it's going to be a no contest plea, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Walker, do you understand that your attorney is instructing the court that you are pleading no contest? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so is your plea no contest or is it guilty?
It's no contest.
All right, state any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objections.
Mr. Walker, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Ma'am, I did.
Did you understand? Okay. The court will find that the defendant has knowingly, I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback. Just 1 second. The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. How the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. We're asking to waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, just we're asking that, he has a lack of criminal history and that you follow the plea offer for deferred.
All right, and is there a deduction of restitution due to, the grid going down, or is this pre-grid days?
This was before that, Judge.
I'm sorry, yes?
This was before that.
Oh, okay, so you won't receive any deductions, Mr. Walker. If this would have occurred after the grid, I would have given you deductions because obviously some were not receiving electricity. So, Mr. Walker, do you have employment?
I just recently started a business, me and my kids.
What business are you and your kids doing?
We were starting a restaurant.
All right, and how old are your children?
Just my children are 18, 16, 13, and 11.
Judge, when I talked to him, he said that he started making barbecue.
Okay.
Not a restaurant, but barbecue place.
Well, is it good barbecue? Do we know?
It's New Orleans style food, and it's great.
Wait a minute, don't come to me with Louisiana, because that's where my background is. So is it really good?
Mom have 101 recipes, and I know every one of them.
By heart?
By heart.
Okay, so give me the recipe.
I have a recipe for green beans. You have green beans.
Now, I want the recipe for the barbecue.
Oh, the barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, wait, time out. See, here's the thing, Brenna. I don't even know if I can trust him now because everybody knows in Louisiana, if your grandmother or your mother gives you a recipe, can't go outside the family. He's broadcasting it to everybody.
I ain't gonna give you the secret ingredient too.
Okay. All right. What we're going to do is 4 years deferred adjudication. And Miss Lee, if you can write this down, and I'm going to need you to give this to the probation officer because she's in a breakout room. So 4 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, that will be probated. Restitution to CPS Energy.
And can we make sure that it's if any, Your Honor? I think there's a
Yes,
possible. Okay.
I'm going to do if any. And if there's an issue about the amount, we can have a hearing on that. So restitution of CPS Energy, if any. Take in consideration NIMAG number 621367, County Court cause numbers 664-751, 664-752, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And when I say with minors, I mean you can't be a daycare worker or do anything where your job is to supervise minors. 120 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school, Mr. Walker?
At some college.
All right, that'll be 120 hours community service restitution. That'll be waived if he obtains some higher level education or if he completes some sort of trade school. Maybe he wants to go to culinary school. I don't know.
Yes, I do.
All right, great. No harmful or injurious contact with Estefania. Well, there's an E up there. That E is not silent. Am I wrong about that, Brenda? That's what I learned in school.
It's an E, it's Estefania.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll try to learn that. There's to be the APSE course, anger management, regular UAs, regular Zoom reporting. If you can't report by Zoom, then it has to be in person. And I'm going to ask for parenting classes. And it's going to be field visits, random, once per month. Mr. Walker, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Ma'am, I appreciate everything.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, and I did sign it.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, Mr. Walker, good luck to you. As I tell everybody, know better, do better. Don't steal electricity. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation will go over conditions with you there.
Judge, could you ask Velasco to go to room 7 with his attorney?
Okay, just one moment. Velasco, I need you to go to breakout room number 7, please. Velasco, number 7.
Okay, I'm waiting. Can you send me the, how do I go to
If
7?
you see where it says breakout room.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Bracamontes, if you'll go to breakout room number 2, they'll swear you in. All right, anyone else ready? We're going to be taking our break at 12:30.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes.
If I may, I'd like to confer with my client in the breakout room, Mr. Albert.
All right, Mr. Albert, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney.
And Your
I'm
Honor,
going to send you both to breakout room number 4.
thank you, Your Honor. And may I be excused afterwards? I have,
No, not until I excuse you. And I don't know what's happening with your client yet. So Mr. Abbott, go to breakout room number 4. James Hunt, I sent you to breakout room number 2 so your client could be sworn in.
Oh, do I go too? Okay.
Yes. Linda
Judge, may I
Corley.
approach? Yes. I have put patients in my pocket, Judge. I've been waiting for quite a long time, since 9 o'clock this
Oh, and
morning,
I
in the breakout
appreciate
room.
that. Let me
But
find
I
out
thought I
where.
better check back in. I still have not heard from the family violence folks.
All right, Joe Ray, can you go to breakout room number 3 to speak with Linda Corley?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Ray Alemán here. Do you know if they sent me my paperwork to sign?
Just give me a moment. I will find out.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, your client, has he completed all his paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, we'll take that up. And Mr. Aleman, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, and they will let you know if your client has all his paperwork.
All right.
Over here.
Oh, is it over there?
Oh, yeah.
Over there.
And then you press
And
that
the way
button.
to- This is no floor.
Just press that button.
This one?
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
And then you
Hello, who's in the courtroom?
As you step back.
I don't know where I'm going.
Where the blue dot is on the floor?
This one.
Yes.
Okay, I found it.
Hi, yes.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
I'm here for Mr. Ortiz, and I think he was ordered to appear here in the courtroom.
Is that your client who was sleeping in bed?
That's what I've been told.
Yes.
Okay. I guess he's not here yet. I'm gonna work on getting a hold of him and getting.
All right, we'll see him we'll see him by 2. He was supposed to be here by 11:30. But
Okay.
We'll come back at 2.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. We're waiting on paperwork. Jeff, what is your client's name?
Javier Esqueda.
Okay, where is he on the screen? I don't see him.
He is in your courtroom, and I think he may still be in the
okay.
breakout.
Brendan, I like the way you just said he's right there. It's been a wild and crazy Tuesday. Who's the prosecutor on this?
It had been Hunter, who I made the deal with. I'm sure any of them could do it.
Okay. All right, 187. Okay, I'm just waiting for the clerks to give me the paperwork. And is there a prosecutor available for this?
Judge, I just approved it. I'm just waiting to come back.
Sure, I can do it.
All right, awesome, thank you.
Jeff, is it on the indictment as charged?
It is.
Okay.
All right, let me find which page he is on.
Meredith, the only thing that was stated in negotiating that's not on the plea agreement is the state doesn't have an objection to an alternate form of satisfying the 10 days statutory jail requirement.
Okay.
What page is he on? Does anyone see what page he's on?
15.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5888, State of Texas versus Javier Escada. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Jeff Mulliner for Javier Esqueda.
All right, and are you Javier Esqueda?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Court will note for the record that the defendant is present in the courtroom. Mr. Escada, did you review a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference with your attorney, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review that discovery with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Escada,
Yes.
court is showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Escada, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Escada, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's no application for deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes,
Defense, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
it is.
State, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes.
Counsel, are there being such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. State is requesting that your probation be for a term of 4 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, a TAP evaluation, DWI intervention, DWI victim impact panel live, ignition interlock for half the term, and 2-year driver's license suspension and 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes,
Then to the offense as charged in indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
It offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
I've reviewed the same and have no objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Scott, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes,
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
we are willing to waive a PSR.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, simply that this is a true third. The 2 that are used for enhancement are the only 2 priors that he's ever had, and they were nearly a decade ago. He's never done any prison time. Obviously, he's never done jail time. He was immediately willing to accept responsibility for this. And I would point out that the state has no objection to satisfying the statutory jail time with an alternative means, should the court so approve. Mr. Escada has been exceedingly reachable by me. He knew that he could appear by Zoom this morning, and he still wanted to appear in person because that's his personality. He wants to make sure that he's where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be there, and I would anticipate that that will continue throughout this term of supervision.
Okay, Mr. Escada, you can
Yes.
either do 20 days on GPS with partial, where you're allowed to work only, or either you can do the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. Which do you prefer?
First one.
All right, GPS.
Yes.
All right, so we'll do 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years, $1,500 fine, that'll be probated, DWI intervention, DWI victim impact panel live, ignition interlock for half the term, 2-year driver's license suspension, intensive outpatient treatment with probation, 120 hours of community service restitution, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. So if your Zoom is not working, you'll need to do that in person. 20 days, GPS, defendant allowed to work in lieu of 10 days Bexar County Jail because of pandemic. And I'm sorry if I didn't say it, intensive outpatient treatment with probation. And do you currently have the ignition interlock?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful in this probation?
No, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, just wait in the courtroom. Probation will go over conditions with you.
Okay.
All right, just have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you for probation.
you
And
may
for
be
probation.
excused.
Fine, thank you, thank you.
All right, you may be excused.
Right.
Your Honor, may I confirm with,
Yes, okay, and everyone, just one moment. Everyone, we're gonna take our break. We'll be back at 2 o'clock, and when we come back, I do have the paperwork on Tommy Bracamontes, so we'll take that up at that time. But the court reporter needs a break. I think everybody needs a break. And Mr. McBride and Mr. Watson will be back at 2 with you.
Oh, and Judge, this is Luis Martinez. Do we know if Mr. Haley ever checked in?
I'm sorry, what's the last name?
Charles Haley, Hailey.
Yes, he did check in.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I'll see you at 2.
All right, thank you, everyone else.